Welcome back, everybody, to Magnolia on Money, where we discuss everything financial from the economy to retirement. I'm Ed Cox with Magnolia Wealth. And today you may be thinking, Ed, what are you doing standing up and what are these buckets here? But we're going to talk about how conversions from a traditional IRA to a Roth account, how does that work, and some of the rules behind it. We've talked about it before, but we've been getting a lot of questions about how this works and what are the nuances when we're doing this. So first of all, let me explain that a Roth conversion is different from a Roth contribution. A Roth contribution is typically done while you're in your working years, and a Roth conversion is normally done after you've retired. Now, not always, but most of the time that's the case. A Roth contribution, okay, it's just there's two ways of getting the money in that Roth. And the Roth contribution way is you have earned income that allows you to contribute money to your Roth accounts while you're working. And so you're able to contribute money in there. Now, there are stipulations with a Roth contribution that are different from a conversion. And we're going to get into conversion in a minute. But the contribution, you have to have income. There are income limits to that. There are contribution limits. So how much you can actually put into the Roth every year. There's a limit. You can only put so much. If you make too much money, you can't contribute to it. So those are some of the rules on a Roth contribution. But that's while you're working. What we're going to talk about today is Roth conversions. A Roth conversion is taking your traditional IRA. You have not paid taxes on this money. Remember, this is money you put in before you pay taxes, so you still owe tax on these investments that are inside this traditional IRA. A Roth conversion is simply the process of taking the investments inside of here and pouring them into your Roth account. So when we take money, investments out of our traditional IRA, we move them into our Roth account, but remember, we owe tax, so we have to pay that tax on that conversion. So moving money from traditional to the Roth, we have tax we have to withhold. So we're just doing that over time, always withholding tax. Now, there are a couple of ways of paying the tax. You do not always have to pay the tax from the money you're moving from your traditional IRA. You can pay it from other sources. But you have to remember, when we're taking money out of an IRA, whether we're taking it home and spending it or we're putting it into the Roth, we owe tax on that distribution. So, Ed, why would we move money from a traditional IRA to a Roth? There are a few reasons. Number one, our tax bracket maybe allows us to take additional income and move it from one to the other, pay the tax today and never pay again. Remember, when money goes into a Roth account, you never pay tax again on that money. It could grow to whatever amount and you never have to pay tax again. If we believe taxes are going up in the future, which we do believe that is the case, it's a good reason to go ahead and start moving money from your traditional IRAs into your Roth. If you're a client of ours, and we feel like that's a good option for you, we typically run tax reports annually to see if that's a good option for you. Sometimes it is, sometimes it may not be. But the idea of taking money from your traditional IRA that you've not paid taxes and little by little moving that into your Roth account can be a great tax strategy for you and your family. Because remember, once it's in the Roth, you never pay taxes again. And we've already paid the tax at a known tax rate. So if we believe taxes are going up, and there are some other things that we have to be aware of. If we're a couple, our joint tax brackets are typically going to be less than if one of us passes away and leaves an IRA to a spouse. Their tax brackets are probably going to be higher because they're going to file as a single taxpayer. The other thing is, when we leave an IRA to our family, to our heirs, they now have certain rules where they have to get all of the money out of here within 10 years, And we believe that time frame will start to shift and be less and less time. So if you can imagine, think of your IRA, and your family has to get that money out currently over a 10-year period. But if Congress shrinks that, and maybe they have to get that out over a 5-year period or even a 3-year period, they could pay really, really high taxes on these monies. So getting money from your IRA over to a Roth can be a great tax strategy for you and your heirs. All right, that's it for today. Hope this has helped clear some of that up. And if there's any questions about it, we may touch on a little bit of this next week as well. As always, have a great weekend. God bless. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.